Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithmelly.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. And I'm changing things up a little bit. I had a different project scheduled for today, but Stampin' Up announced a stamp sale and you can get 15% off any stamp, full price stamps. Doesn't apply to last chance products, on the 18th of September 2025. So I thought I should show you a project using a stamp today instead of what I had originally planned. So I love designer series paper, and there is a designer series paper pack to coordinate with this stamp set. There's also dies. I'm not going to use any of them today. I am going to use, I've already made some card bases and I have some card layers, and I have a piece of basic white card. So this is an A4 sheet, and I'm going to just stamp on this with stamps from this Delicate Pines stamp set. So I'm going to use a few of those. So this is the colour palette that I have chosen. I've grabbed Coastal Cabana from the Brides, Pretty Peacock from the Regals, Lost Lagoon from the Subtles, Crumb Cake from the Neutrals, and I've pulled in one of the ink colours with Secret Sea. In absolutely no particular order, I am going to just start stamping with these ink pads and the stamps that I have selected. I think the crumb cake will definitely be for the pine cones. That's the only given on this. So I'm going to start with this lovely big stamp here, and I'm going to go with whichever this one is, Lost Lagoon. And I'm going to stamp that roughly in the middle. Bit of pressure, done. And then I think I will stamp it again, just slightly off to that side. And down there. Okay. Now the other thing about this stamp sale is that it doesn't just include these stamps, it includes stamp tools such as the chamois that you can use for cleaning your stamps, nice and easy. Also the stamp blocks that I'm using, those clear blocks, and other cleaners as well, and even the grid sheet that I'm using here. They're all in that 15% off, but just for 24 hours only. So actually in the UK that starts here because we are an hour behind mainland Europe. Our sale actually starts at 11 PM instead of midnight, but obviously it ends at 11 PM the following day. Right, I'm trying to make sure that I'm mixing up some colours, lights and darks. Just generally haphazardly stamping. I'm trying not to make a pattern, but you know. Let's go with this other snowflake, which I've not used Pretty Peacock yet. Ooh, that's nice. It'd be better if you ink it all up, Heather. I'll do a little one down here. Let's do a full one there. some on there. I don't mind if I'm overlapping. Go with another bit. Yeah, let's do a bit down here. And another one. I do like this. Up there. Okay, what have I not used? I used it with that. I will bring a little bit back in. Lost Lagoon. And add some little stamps in with that one. So Stampin' Up do this stamp sale just once a year, and as I say, it is just for 24 hours. So let's make sure we don't miss out. There are so many wonderful stamp sets to choose from. Whether it be photopolymer like this one, or cling stamp sets that will be disappearing because red rubber is just so expensive to manufacture these days, unfortunately. Alright, so I've got that. Right, let's go pine cones and add some of them in as well. Didn't do that one very well. Love this. Just stamp, stamp, stamping. Okay, I think I might call that a day for now. And what I'm going to do is chop this up, and then I can come back in and decide if I need to add more. I'm also going to take that off my thumb before I put it on the paper. Okay, so let's bring in my trimmer. And I'm going to cut that at 10.5, so right down the middle, like so. And then I think I will cut that at 14 that away. And just take that down to 10. Taken off at that side. So that's one. And I can decide. Oh, actually, I forgot I need to take it down a little bit more, don't I? I need this to be 13.5 to layer up by 9.5. That's going to layer on there like that, and then go on a card base like that. So this one I reckon needs a fair bit more up that side there. So let me just take that down to 13.5 and decide which side I want to take off. I think I probably want to go that side. Okay. That can layer up and go on a card base like so. But as I say, we'll come back and decide whether I want to do more or not. So let's do 13.5, and didn't stamp that particularly well, but if I take that down to 9.5, will it take it off? Not quite. It's just a little bit there. That on like that, and then 13.5 with this. I think I'll take off that side. 9.5. Like that. And that one. So as I say, I might decide that I want to add a little bit more on that, given that this is going on a crumb cake. Well, it doesn't have to, I could swap them around. I might add a little bit more crumb cake on there and just do, I can't remember what colour I used that with. Could be that, might not be. Don't think it was, but we'll just pop that on there like so, and then I want to have a sentiment on there, so I'm going to go in with that. Warmest winter wishes, like that. Just needed to glue those together, and that's one card made. Let's have a look at this one, and I might just go a little bit bolder with that bit of stamping there. I think I'm fine with that. I could add a little, let me just clean that, and then I can change the colour. I don't think I did change the colour, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I think that's enough. The danger is overthinking it and just filling in spaces that aren't even there. Let me just make that sure I'm stamping that kind of straightish. Warmest winter wishes on there. Beautiful. That one ready. And this one, definitely think we need something else in there. Don't have much of this snowflake showing, so that was Lost Lagoon. So we'll just add a bit more of that in there, like so. And I might go with that again. Pretty peacock it was. And we've only got one there. Let's put that on there, like that. And then this one could go that way actually. Let's do that for a little change. And we'll do that with Pretty Peacock. Like so. And that can go on and will be glued like that. I will do the gluing and then I'll come back and show you the final results. And then this one I think is absolutely fine as it is, just needs a little sentiment. And I'll do that in whatever this is, Lost Lagoon. Sentiment, where are you? Put you down. I need to give that a little clean though. Warmest winter wishes. Cute. That can go on there. And actually I think I might add in a little bit more of the Coastal. Yes, Coastal Cabana along here. See, this is where you start overthinking it. And that one is going to glue on there. So let me tidy up, do a little bit of gluing and show you the finished cards. So we now have our 4 completed Warmest Wishes cards using Delicate Pines. Now I used 5 colours of ink, 4 colours of card, but you don't have to. You can use whatever you wish. And if you wanted, you could add some little embellishments and whatnot onto those as well. While we're on the subject of simple stamping, which I believe this to be, I also wanted to share with you another stamp that you might want to consider purchasing if you've not already got it. And I just want to show you how really simple you can make your Christmas cards if you need to. Basic white note cards and envelopes, you get a pack of 20 of those. That stamp set, 1 ink, and you've got a pretty little Christmas note card. You can then step that up by adding in a snowflake or 2. And if you're doing that, you probably would want to add some snowflakes to your envelope for that one. And then you can step it up again by adding in a second colour. So this again is using the Delicate Pines stamp set. I've used 2 of the stamps, 2 colours, that's Shaded Spruce and Secret Sea. Done a little bit of stamping on that envelope and on the back. So just stepping it up a little bit with a pack of note cards and envelopes, 1 stamp set for the basic ones, and then bringing in Delicate Pines to step it up with just the same 1 colour or adding in a second colour as well. Hope this has given you some ideas of how you can use your stamps and your stamp tools in your Christmas crafting. Don't forget, this stamp sale is for 24 hours only. Save 15% on your stamps and stamping tools. Thanks for watching. Until the next time, take care. Bye-bye.